que sa bouche a dit, sa main l'accomplit.
Cédric Canavaro on the beat.
Si le ciel t'a sélectionné, personne ne peut te disqualifier. On va dominer. On sera méprisé pour notre propre destinée, mais on va triompher. Triompher. C'est la vie, y a du miel au bout. Y a du miel au bout.
Good afternoon. Thank you for being here this afternoon. My name is Abdubaki Bukari, and I'm your host. Today, we are pleased to welcome Dr. Marie Claudine Mukamabano, a very special guest, originally from Rwanda. Dr. Marie is a Rwanda orphan genocide survivor. She is also a founder and the CEO of KUKI NDIHO, Rwanda Orphan Project. Beside that, Dr. Marie Claudine wrote a book called The Power of Social Media. She will be sharing with us her background, including a professional experience and a charitable organization called KUKI NDIHO, Why Do I Exist, in her native language. In addition, I will ask her opinion on why the African diaspora focuses more on organizing cultural events than economic, educational, or political events. Finally, I will ask her about her future perspective. To start off, Dr. Marie Claudine,
Yes.
can you please introduce yourself to our viewer and tell me a little bit more about yourself?
Thank you very much for having me here. I'm so happy to be here with you on Awesome Africa TV show. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
My name is Dr. Marie Claudine Mukamabano. I was born, grew up in Rwanda, Kigali, capital of Rwanda. When I was little, under 5 years old,
Yeah.
I heard my mom. I was making noise, jumping around, singing, dancing. And women told my mother, you should discipline your child. You should make her sit down and then be quiet. So I had my mom told them, leave my daughter alone. My daughter, she's very smart. Even if I die today, she will make a living, she will survive. So I grew up saying, Mom, I can do anything because my mom, she got my back.
Okay.
So that time when I heard my mom telling those women, I was like, Mom, tell them, tell them. So I grew up believing that I can do anything.
Okay, that's
Yes.
good, that's good. As many of us know, in 1994, there was a genocide in Rwanda. This horrible conflict opposed two ethnic groups, the Tutsi and the Hutu ethnic group. And in this genocide, you lost your parents, your cousins, aunts, and your loved one, as you mentioned in your book, The Power of Social Media. We thank God you're alive, you survived this genocide. Can you explain to our viewer how this had happened?
Genocide, for the people who don't know, genocide is when a group of people decide to wipe out another group of people. Genocide cannot happen if government doesn't support it. So the government of Rwanda, Hutu majority, they made decision to wipe out, to kill all the Tutsis, simply because they are Tutsis. So sometimes people mistaken, they think Hutus was fighting with Tutsis. No. They did propaganda for many years to the point Tutsi psychologically they understood that they deserve to die. So during the genocide, you could even see a young boy, a teenager with machetes because he's a Hutu going to kill a growing up man who cannot fight back simply because he is a Tutsi. He believed that, okay, this is my time, I need to die. So Hutus pick up machetes everywhere in Rwanda. They had machetes, government gave it to them. And then some had gangs. So their mission was to kill every Tutsi. We went to school together. We speak the same language. Everything is the same. We eat the same food. Majority in my country, we are Christian, Catholic, 95%. We are Christian. We believe in God, in other words. But to see a neighbor pick up machetes to go to kill a neighbor, a student to kill a classmate, none called the killers to kill another nun in the convent. A Muslim killed a Muslim. A priest killed another priest. That was evil. I tell people, if you want to see how evil can use a human being, watch movie Hotel Rwanda or sometime in April. Learn what happened in Rwanda. It's evil. It was guiding, empowering my people to kill.
That's not good. That's not good.
So it was horrible.
Yeah, it was horrible.
We lost a million, more than a million of people in that horrible killing.
Okay. So in 2005, you created a charitable organization called Why Do I Exist? KUKI NDIHO Rwanda Orphan Support Project, with the mission to heal and economically empower Rwanda orphans. Can you tell me about this organization?
Yes, during the genocide, when I was jumping over the body of the people, I was by myself that time, was before they killed my mom.
Yeah.
So I committed a vow to God. I say, Lord, if you protect my life and I survive, I will help orphans. So immediately I said, how am I going to do this? Because before my dream was to get PhD in math. I was good in science. I was thinking that I would get PhD in math. I would invent something which other students will learn about in the world. I had a big dream compared to my age. So that time when I promised to God that I will help orphans, I said, how am I going to do this? The idea came, you will study business, you will make money, and then you will help. So I keep that promise. I said, God, if you protect me, I will help orphans. So God protected me. That's why you can talk to me now.
We thank
so we thank God for my life. So then I dreamed to come to America. I said, Lord, if you really bring me to America, I will fulfill my promise. So I get here in July, and then in September, I established this organization. Why do I exist?
That's awesome.
To help orphans.
That's awesome. I have a short video, so
for the orphans.
Oh,
thank you
for your speech. This for the church.
Yeah, this is the kids, one of the children, the school we collaborate in Rwanda. We were hosting International Day for Peace.
Yeah, okay.
Because I believe in promoting peace. Then giving opportunity to young people to express themselves. Yeah.
kubagezaho umuvugo witwa amahoro isoko y'iterambere. Amahoro isoko y'iterambere. Munyarwanda utuye u Rwanda nawe utuye mu mahanga haranira kwimakaza umuco w'amahoro ko ariyo soko y'iterambere. Amahoro rero ndayababwira ni igihe utugarijwe n'ibibazo nta ntambara nta ntugunda wishyura ukizana aho uri hose. Iwacu mu Rwanda rwa Gihanga abarutuye duharanira amahoro, amahoro aganza asagamba iwacu Rwanda kuko ariyo soko y'iterambere. Nimuze dukurikize itegeko ry'urukundo, mugenzi wawe umukunde nkaho ubwawe nk'uko biriho bitubwira, maze amahoro aganza iwacu Rwanda. Duhaguruke twiheshe agaciro, gira inka munyarwanda izabidufasha, maze amahoro ahora iwacu Rwanda kuko ariyo soko y'iterambere. Muze dukurikize itegeko ry'urukundo, muze dukurikize itegeko ry'urukundo, gira inka munyarwanda izabidufasha, maze amahoro aganza iwacu Rwanda. Duharanire gukorera hamwe twibumbira mu makoperative, maze amahoro ahinda aho turi hose kuko ariyo soko y'iterambere. Banyamakuru nziho ubuhanga nimuhagurukire rimwe mwese, mwirinde icyahungabanya rubanda, maze amahoro ahora iwacu Rwanda kuko ariyo soko y'iterambere. Banyamakuru bayobozi mwese nimuhaguruke mutabariza abari mu kaga, maze amahoro aganze ku isi hose kuko ariyo soko y'iterambere. Namwe mwese ndabibabwiye, nidukurikiza itegeko ry'urukundo tuzagera ku iterambere rirambye, maze amahoro aganze ku isi hose. Iwacu ku Muhima turahimbawe, mwibuke ko imvura igwa risubira, tubaragije rugira y'abahanze, amahoro y'Imana abane namwe. Shimwe Liliane umwaka wa 5 P5 gaha. Hash.
dusabire amahoro abaturage bo mu gihugu cya Iraq. Nyagasani twumve, akira amasengesho yacu. Dusabire abateraniye hano tuba abakirisitu barangwa no kwemera, dushimangire ubuvandimwe twubaka kiliziya yacu.
Do you have a?
That was beautiful. Thank you.
Do you have any comment on this video? We just watched,
yeah, I'm so happy that you showed that video because that was happening in Rwanda. We, because I love to promote peace. I know how it looks like when there is no peace. So when I was organizing to host the United Nations International Day for Peace in Rwanda, I invited the priest to come. My plan was just to invite him to come to give a speech. But it turns out that they want to come to celebrate Eucharistic Mass. So it was a big deal to the school. And then a priest with his congregation, they all came to celebrate Eucharistic Mass in school, in elementary school. When I was in school, I never see a priest come to celebrate Eucharistic Mass. So it was a huge, and then to see the children get involved, having amazing poems, some artists they were performing. I was amazed because I followed it. It was the videotape, everything they sent to me. That time I was just using Facebook Messenger, communicating with them, asking them what is going on. It's amazing. And then the principal of the school, she called me. She said, "You are mighty power. You help us to do things we never thought we would do." It's beautiful. It's beautiful when you promote peace. God open up doors.
Okay. So you wrote a book titled "The Power of Social Media." What inspired you to write this book?
What inspired me to write this book actually is the fact social media has power. You know, I tell some of my audience that social media is a power to the people. It's a gift God gave to humankind. If we don't take advantage of it, to use it in a good way, other people will use it in a bad way. So it's up to us to take advantage of it. So I organized trauma healing training in Rwanda. I invited the expert from New Jersey to come to Rwanda to heal our trauma survivors in Kigali. And then the outcome from that trauma healing is what inspired me to write this book. Because I saw one of the survivors who came to the trauma healing, her name is the Levoket. I shared the story in my book. They cut the arm off during the genocide. So she told me, Claudine, thank you very much for allowing me to take part of this training. She said ever since in 1994 genocide, she never get opportunity to do exercise. In school, they used to tell her, you are handicapped, sit down, wait for other students. When they come, you can be with them. So she spent most of the 20 years believing that she would never do sport in her entire life until our expert showed her that you can do sport. And then she told me that she started to mobilize the other 200 orphans using the techniques she learned in our trauma healing. And during the commemoration of genocide, she will not be able to carry survivors who get traumatized, but she would use techniques she learned in our trauma healing to comfort them. So I copy her message, I pasted on my Facebook, I said, if there is something I'm proud of, it's this project, because we shifted their thinking. We showed her that her life matters. So when I was happy, celebrating that achievement, the idea, epiphany, the idea to write a book came. That's what inspired me to write this book.
So in this book, in chapter 2, you share 3 stories of 2 young boys and 1 young girl, Janet.
So you read the book?
Yes, I read all the book. The first story is about Rodrigue, who is a survivor of Rwanda genocide. The second story is about a young guy who graduated from University of Rwanda.
Yes.
And the third story is about Janet. So because of the time, I want you to tell our viewer a little bit about Janet and Rodrigue's story.
Thank you. So Rodrigue, he lost his parents when he was 3 years old. So they flew, during the genocide, they flew to Burundi. So his parents died in water. So he was adopted by Burundian people.
Okay.
So he went to school in the elementary school. When he finished, he went to high school. So he won a scholarship to go to study in South Africa.
Yeah.
But they refused to allow him to go to study in South Africa because he's not a citizen of Burundi. So Burundian people said, no, we cannot allow you to get this opportunity. It's privilege to get a scholarship. They switched him to a Burundian child.
Yeah.
So him too, he said, I cannot allow this to happen to me. So he sued them in the court. So he won the case. When he won the case, they told him, you know what? We're going to kill you, and then we finish the story. So he had to run away from Burundi to come back to Rwanda. So when he got in Rwanda, he suffered because he didn't have anybody there.
Yeah.
So, but he continued, because he loved education, he continued to go to school in Rwanda. He was sleeping on the bushes. He was taking care of the goats, and then sleep in the same house of the goats. He was living in a poor, horrible situation. Okay. So, and then he started to see my profile on Facebook, a message I share of encouragement, inspiring people. So he asked me if I can allow him to call me auntie.
Auntie.
So I said, no problem, because myself, when my mom was killed, I spent 10 years begging women on the street if they can allow me to call them mother. Yeah, because every time I hear the word mom, I was crying. There is a time I stopped to go to the wedding ceremony. You know, when you go to weddings, they call mothers. Every time I heard the word mother, I was traumatized so bad. I was crying. So it's begging women, can I call you mom? They were like, no, we are not old enough for you to call us mom. They didn't know that I was dealing with an emotion problem. In my mind, I was like, really? I will live the rest of my life without having anybody to call mother? No. My dear friends, if you have your mom, love them, call them mom, tell them how much you appreciate them. Why do you still have them? You don't want to end up in the situation I ended up. So then when he told me that he wanted me to allow him to call me auntie, immediately my mind clicked back my situation. I said, no problem. So he started to call me auntie. And then while he was calling me auntie, he feels secure, he feels comfortable. So he started to share with me his story, everything he went through. And then I reminded him how powerful he is. Because to him, he thought he was useless. So basically by talking to him, I shifted his mindset. So he went on to finish his studies.
Wow. So what about the story of Janet?
Janet, he's a child of a priest, a pastor. So his mom, his dad, they were all killed. So he was adopted. It's like a step. These women who adopted her, she didn't want her to go on in her life. So she was putting a barrier in her life. She could not allow her to go to school. But this child, she wanted to study so bad. She wanted to finish her studies. So she went on. So the mom went to the school to lie to the principal so they can kick out the, you know, in Africa, when our mom or everybody who support you come to say whatever they say, principal will believe in them instead of believing in you. So they kick her out. So in the school, so when they kick her out from the school, and then the stepmother kick her out from their house, so she had to sleep outside. She became like a homeless. Then she went to another school. She told her story to the principal of a new school. The principal cried and then asked his sister to stay with her. Then she stayed with them, so she continued to go to school. Then that stepmom heard about it. She sent boys to rape her. So they raped her. When she came close to me, she was terrible. I spent like 3 weeks crying every day, asking God, how can you allow this to happen to a child of pastor? The parents died. She's dealing with a trauma, and then you cannot even. I was complaining to God. I never complained to God in that way, but that time I was complaining to God. But thank God now she's doing good.
Everything's fine now. Okay, so you mentioned in your book also that it is very, very important and very advisable to celebrate your achievement because when you are celebrating your achievement, you are telling yourself that I did it, and then you are also showing to other people. So
I love how you read my book, like a cover to cover. You read everything. I love it.
So
I love it.
now I want you to tell me a little bit about your achievement.
You celebrate your achievement. The reason why you celebrate your achievement, I know the society always reminds us, be humble, don't show off. But let me tell you, if you really don't celebrate your achievement, you will get caught up in complaining, self-doubt, which will put you down, and then you will never be able to go to the next level. When you are celebrating your achievement, you are telling yourself, yes, I did it. Because we go through a lot of...
I don't want to cut you up like you did it. I have some pictures. I want to watch the picture to see what you did.
I did it. Yes. With the supporters of my friend, of course. Thank you. Yeah, you can show the pictures of what we did. Because when you
achieve more.
Yeah, when you are celebrating it, so you are telling it to yourself, I did it. And then you are showing it to other people. Yes, I did it. Because many people have ideas, but they don't step in their power to achieve whatever they want to achieve. And then they allow the self-doubt to stop them. They allow the naysayers, the so-called devil's advocate to sabotage their progress. So if you really think about something and then you do it, you have to celebrate it. Because there is a time you will face another challenge. You know, they say new level, new devil. There's a time you will face another challenge. So that good memories will help you to go through the next challenge.
We got your pictures.
We did it.
Wow, you did it.
Yes. That's I become Miss Global Peace, and then I received the certificate of appreciation from African community for achievement. This is me when I was an orphan in orphanage after surviving genocide in Rwanda with too much a dream. This is I was promoting my book. Actually, I started with the audio book. Now I have a book cover. This is me receiving a doctoral degree in humanity. I have a PhD in humanities. I'm so grateful. Yes, I did it.
You did it.
To God be the glory. This is forgiveness. I teach people how the power of forgiveness helps us to overcome whatever challenges we face. Because when we don't forgive, most of the time we seek revenge. And then when we don't find somebody to revenge to, we revenge to ourselves or we revenge to our loved ones. That's why you will see people complaining, whining. They are not happy because people allow whatever bad things other people throw in their way to oppress them. So they become like a prison of the bad doing, of misbehaving of other people, which really stop you to go to the next level.
So
forgiveness helps us. Forgiveness is expression of God's beauty. When we forgive, we excel. It's like acceleration of whatever you want to achieve.
That's true. So besides your charitable organization, why do I exist? Do you involve in another association or organization here in the USA?
Yes. I coach many beauty pageants, and then recently I was MC at Miss Burkina Faso. No, not Miss Burkina. It's coming this Saturday. I was MC at Miss Congo Brazzaville. Now it's until now they're still talking about it.
That's good.
They already booked me to host it next year.
That's good. That's good. So, what's your opinion on why the African diaspora?
And then I work also for ABS traveling agency, where we provide the affordable ticket for African people in diaspora to go to Africa.
That's good. That's good. So, what is your opinion on why the African diaspora community focuses on organizing more cultural events than economic or educational or political events?
That's a good question. I thought about it. Actually, I asked them why. And then one of them said, because when colonialism came to Africa, they snatched out the culture of Africa. So they they made African people feel shame to their culture. So because of that, Africans, where they are in the world, they feel guilty. They think that it's opportunity for them to showcase their culture. Not only that, it's our identity. It's who we are.
That's true.
So our culture, our food, the way we dress, the way we behave, our dance is who we are. Is our identity. So that's why most of the time when you are in different places, in foreign countries, one of the things you hold to is your culture. Because you are far away from your loved ones, you are far away from your parents, your grandpa, so you have your culture. So that's why most of the time we gather together to celebrate our culture, to enjoy who we are.
That's good. So
but that should not prevent us to start a business and to penetrate, to get involved in the leadership of the new country, because we benefit from it as well. We are here to also benefit, to invest in the community where we are, so we can all grow together.
So where do you want to go from here? Say in 5 or 10 years from now.
In 5 or 10 years, my plan is to, I have a PhD in humanities. However, I want also to get an MBA in business, because I really want to know more about business. And then we launched recently bank for the orphans. I want to create this big online bank to inspire orphans to give money, loan to the orphans. Because when you're an orphan, you don't have any guarantee. Anybody will guarantee you to pay your loan back just in case you don't have money to pay.
All right. Well, because of the time.
And then we will also bring orphans here, like a school exchange. You're going to help me with your school. We can do student exchange to bring them to come to study here to get a scholarship in America.
Our time is up, so
no
what's
problem.
your last word?
My last word, I want people to know that they are powerful. Whatever ideas, whatever dream you have, please go for it. Do not allow those people who so-called the devil's advocate to stop you. You have a dream. Remember, vision is ability to see what other people cannot see. It's your dream, it's your idea. Go for it, do it. Don't allow people around you who don't see what you see to sabotage you. Step out of your circle, and then you will meet other people who can help you. Google, go online, learn. Because I published the book, The Power of Social Media. Nobody in my family ever published this book. Even in my neighborhood where I live, nobody published the book about The Power of Social Media. So go for it. So go for it.
Unfortunately.
Tell them to go to my website. whydoiexist.org.
That's good. All right. Unfortunately, we have reached the conclusion of today's show. We would like to thank our guests for stopping by, and of course you, our viewer, for tuning in. Thank you.
Ce que sa bouche a dit, sa main l'accomplit.
Cédric Canavaro on the beat.
Si le ciel t'a sélectionné, personne ne peut te disqualifier. On va dominer. On sera méprisé pour notre propre destinée. On va triompher. C'est la vie. Y'a du miel au bout. Y'a du miel au bout. Ce que sa bouche a dit, sa main l'accomplit.
Cédric Canavaro on the beat.
Si le ciel t'a